good evening, all, and welcome to my live section today. Today, basically, I'm going to be speaking about traveling. Yeah, I'm going to be speaking about traveling. And mostly, I'm going to be talking about traveling from Belarus to, traveling from Africa or from Asia to Belarus, traveling to Germany and also traveling to Latvia. So basically, I'm going to be speaking about three different kinds of travels tonight. So we're going to start with Belarus first, and then we're going to talk about Germany, and then we'll speak about Latvia. So basically, if you're here with me today, we're going to be talking about how to get visas to these different countries. We have study visa, we have work visa, we have tourism, we have different kinds of visas and also private invitations. So yeah, we're gonna be speaking about these visas tonight. Okay. Hello mama. Welcome to our live. Do you want to join us as a guest tonight? Alright. So alright, welcome to our live tonight. So basically we're gonna be speaking about traveling to Germany, traveling to Belarus, and also traveling to Latvia. Okay, so let me invite Mama. Invite.
Lange. Hallo?
Hallo?
Oh,
Kannst du
hello.
Deutsch?
Kannst du Deutsch?
Milan, good evening.
Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Do you speak English?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ist das völlig auf Sendung
Ist
oder
das
ich weiß
völlig
es
auf
nicht?
Sendung oder ich weiß es nicht?
Alaikum salam. Milan, do you speak English?
Ich bin Mr. Liebkuchen und du?
Ich bin Mr. Liebkuchen und du?
Was ist denn mit den Leuten hier
Ist
nicht
denn mit den
richtig?
Leuten hier nicht richtig?
Which language do you speak, Milan?
Man hört uns doppelt, okay.
Man hört uns doppelt, okay.
Warte mal.
Okay. Alright, Milan left the live, so let's try to see if we can invite. Hello, Olabisi, welcome. Okay. So let me see if I can add. Okay, let me invite. Confirm. Alright, so I just invited my baby. If she can join us as a guest, yeah. So she can join us tonight. And then we're going to be speaking basically about traveling to Belarus, traveling to Hey baby, welcome to the live. Alright, so session and we'll do our best to reply to your questions, okay? Alright, babe, you want to introduce yourself so that those who are on live can get to know you?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello, Abdul Hamid Yakubu from Gombe State of Nigeria. Thank you for joining us, Abdul. Welcome to the live, okay? Yeah, babe, I can hear you. You can speak, okay? Your mic is muted. So maybe you can try to unmute here.
My connection is pretty bad. Yeah, my connection is pretty bad.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
yourself so that those who are joining us on live today can get to know you. Hey, Francisca, welcome to the live. Okay, it seems the network is a bit poor from her end. All right, so basically today we are going to traveling to Belarus, traveling to Latvia, traveling to Germany. If you are interested, and while you are with us on the live, if you have any question, you can do to drop your question in the comment section, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. Okay, so you're all welcome to the live session tonight. So basically, why should you travel in the first place? Why should you travel to Belarus in the first place? Why should you travel to Germany in the first place? Why should you travel to Latvia in the first place? All right. Okay. Babe said I will try again later. My network is poor. It's okay. You can join us in the comment section as well, and we'll get to interact. So why should you travel in the first place? All right. So a lot of people have been asking me, in the comment, in direct DM, if I would advise them to travel to Belarus, if I would advise them to travel to Europe. All right. So the point is, traveling to a different country is a personal decision. You have to decide that you want to travel, and also you need to have a purpose why you want to travel. Are you trying to, travel to a different country to start a new life, or to start a new business, or to study, or to better your life? Why are you traveling? Or you just want to change location? Are you traveling for a purpose of tourism, to visit some tourist attractive centers? Why are you traveling in the first place? So first of all, you have to understand that, and then you will know the purpose of your traveling. And after you have established that purpose, then you can set plans or set goals on how you want to go about this. But traveling, a lot of people ask me if I would advise them to travel to Belarus. Well, it depends on what you want, right? And what you can afford, and also your pocket. Traveling is most of the times about your pocket, the money you have, right? So a lot of people want to travel to the United States. A lot of people want to travel to Canada. A lot of people want to travel to Germany. A lot of people want to travel to Netherlands. A lot of people want to travel to the United Kingdom, right? But at the end of the day, do you have the money to, sponsor this trip? Do you have the funds to go on this journey? So first of all, that's the first question you should ask yourself. If you have the money to go to these top, Western countries, good. It's a good one, right? You can go there and you'll be exposed to more opportunities, right? Most especially if you are an English speaking person, it will be much more easier for you to integrate into countries like the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, where English is their official language. It will be much, much easier for you to integrate in such countries, right? But what happens if you don't have the money to fund your journey to these countries? What do you do then? Are you going to abandon your travel, journey? Are you going to abandon your dreams of traveling out of your country, or to better your life, or for the purpose of your travel? Well, in that case, if you don't have this huge amount of money to go to these top Western countries where they speak your official language, and it will be much more easier for you to integrate into these countries, what do you do in such case? Are you going to abandon your dream of traveling in the first place? Well, that is where other countries that are not very expensive to travel to comes into play, right? It's just like a stepping stone. First of all, you move from your home country to another country where you can afford at the moment, right? You move to that place, and you try to, integrate into the system, try to better your life, and you get to, find out more about this particular country that you go to, like, Belarus, Latvia, Lithuania, all these other little and small European countries that you don't need a huge amount of money to travel to. Once you travel to these kind of countries, you can integrate into these countries easily because you can afford to go there. And while you are there, you develop yourself. And then if you want to travel further, then by then you must have, leveled up to some extent that you can be able to travel to these other countries that you want to travel to. So, should I travel to a country like Belarus? Well, like I said, if you have the finance to sponsor your journey to top Western countries where the official language is your own language, it will be much more easier for you to integrate in these countries. I'm not going to lie to you. But in the case where you don't have the money and you don't want to abandon your journey or your dream of traveling, then you can start from somewhere, a little country like Belarus or Latvia or Lithuania, where you don't need a very huge amount of money to travel. And then you can try to integrate and develop from there. You can try to integrate, build your life and move to another country if you want to move to. Or if you find a place interesting and you want to remain, then you can remain there, right? So if you're asking me if I would advise you to travel, well, this is my honest opinion, right? So after you have made the decision based on your pocket and the amount of money that you have, and you have decided on the kind of country that you want to travel to, then you can start planning on how to travel to these countries, right? So for example, after proper evaluation, after evaluating yourself and checking the amount of money you have to spend on your journey, and you realize that, okay, the amount of money that I have can take me to these top Western countries like the United States, Canada, Germany, United Kingdom, you can go ahead, and apply for your visa. You can travel to these countries, and it's going to be much easier for you to integrate into such countries because they speak the language that you understand, right? Unlike the other countries where they don't speak your official language, you're going to have language barrier, you're going to learn the different language to integrate and all of that. It becomes easier for you, right? Okay, so call me mama said, when you talk about, let me check this comment. When you talk of traveling to Germany, Belarus, or Latvia, is it from Africa to this country or from? Yeah, if you want to travel from Africa to this country, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can also travel from Belarus to other countries too if you want, all right? Okay. So basically, that is that. So after you have made the choice of the country that you want to travel to, the next thing is to put your documents together and then start your journey to traveling to these countries that you want to go to, right? So let's say you have evaluated yourself and you don't have the finance to travel to these top Western countries and you don't want to abandon your dream of traveling, then you can consider traveling to other smaller countries like Belarus or Latvia or Lithuania or other smaller European countries where you can start building from, right? So first of all, you have to evaluate yourself to know the amount of money you have and willing to spend on your journey. So after you make that decision, then you can start the visa process properly. So let's assume you have money to travel to these top Western countries. Good, congratulations. Apply for your visa and go to these countries, right? For example, if you're an English-speaking person and you have the money to sponsor yourself to Canada or to America or to the United Kingdom or to Scotland, where English is the official language, it will be much more easier for you to integrate into these countries. Or for example, if you are from a French-speaking country and you want to travel to France, it will be much easier for you to integrate in these countries because they speak your language. Language is not going to be a barrier for you. Yeah, but on the other hand, if you don't have the amount of money that is required for you to travel to these top Western countries, then what do? then you come to the reality of either abandoning your dream of traveling abroad, or you choose another country that your finance will be able to take you to, right? That the kind of money or the amount of money you have will be able to take you to. So let's say you don't have the huge amount of money to travel to these top Western countries, and you don't also want to abandon your dream of traveling abroad, then you're left with the choice of deciding if you should travel to a smaller country where the money you have can take you to. And that is where you come to the conclusion of evaluating other smaller countries like Belarus, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, all these smaller countries that you can easily go to, Slovakia, Slovenia, all the smaller European countries that you can easily travel to with your small amount of money, right? So you have to make a choice then. So let's say after critical evaluation, you've decided to travel to Belarus. So what then? How can you travel to Belarus? Well, I'm talking to you live from Belarus right now, Minsk, Belarus to be precise. So if you want to travel to Belarus, there are different ways that you can use to travel to Belarus. One, you can travel as a student. You can also travel as a worker, or you can travel using a private invitation or medical tourism, right? Or through business invitation. So I'm going to try my best to explain this as much as I can. So basically, as a student, all you have to do is find an agent and send your documents to them, your passport data page, and also your certificate from your previous school, right? So once you send it to them, they are going to translate this document into the Russian language, because the official language spoken here in Belarus is Russian. So they're first of all going to translate your document into the Russian language, after which they will take it to the university and submit your application. And then this university is going to give you an admission letter, and they will take the admission letter to the immigration. And the immigration is going to prepare an invitation letter for you, a student invitation letter. So this student invitation letter, you're going to take it, they're going to send it down to you, to your home country, or they're just going to submit it at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is going to notify the Belarusian embassy in your home country that you have been offered an admission invitation. So this is how it works, and then you can proceed to the Belarusian embassy in your home country with other required documents like your health certificate to show that you're physically fit, also your education certificate, you need to buy an insurance, and also you need to also get your police character certificate that you don't have any criminal record. So your bank statement also, and also you need to print the visa application form from the Belarusian embassy's website in your home country. Fill it out with your photo passport and everything. And then you're ready to go to the embassy to submit your document, right? And also there's another form of visa that you can get to Belarus, which is the private invitation. So basically how this private invitation work is, you're going to send a photo of your passport data page to the person who is going to invite you, the invitee, and then they are going to translate your passport into the Russian language. Like I said earlier, the official language that is spoken here in Belarus is Russian. So they're going to translate your passport into the Russian language. And the person that is inviting you will take this translated copy to the immigration. And then they're going to tell the immigration, because they're going to need to print their bank statement also, showing that they are inviting you. So they'll take it to the immigration. Immigration is going to check the documents and prepare an invitation letter and give it to this person. It's like a private invitation letter. So this person is going to send the original of this private invitation letter through courier down to you, because you're going to be needing it to apply for a private visa at the Belarusian embassy in your home country. So you just need to put this invitation letter together, your police character certificate, your bank statement, you know, everything. Just put it together, print the visa application form, fill it up, and go to the embassy. That's how to apply for the private invitation. And we also have the work visa, right? So basically, a lot of questions have been popping up regarding this Belarusian work visa. Okay, so most of the companies that are offering these work visas, most of them are construction companies. They also have hospitality companies like, you know, waiters, waitresses. They also have carting, like where you're going to be, you know, arranging the carts. Because when people go to the supermarkets to buy stuff and fill it up in their carts, they, you know, push the carts to where they are parked at the car park to, you know, offload these goods into their cars, and most of them just abandon the carts there. So they can also employ you to, you know, arrange these carts and then take them to the right place in the store or the supermarket. This kind of jobs are also available, and also restaurants and cleaning. Yeah, this kind of jobs are available. So what this company is going to do is, this company is going to prepare a work contract for you that they are hiring you, right? And the work contract is going to be prepared, and they're going to take this work contract to the immigration. Mamadou, bro, I'm really interested for Germany. Okay. All right, we'll talk about Germany shortly, okay? All right, so the company is going to prepare this work contract for you, and they'll take this work contract to the immigration center. The immigration center, they're going to prepare like a work permit for you, and then they'll take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they're going to go through this document, authenticate it, stamp them to show that they are original, right? And then this document will be sent down to you in your home country, where you can use them to apply for your visa. Now, take note, if you're getting this offer from a particular company or someone is helping you to do this, you need to inquire more if this company, they're going to hire you to work for them, or it is just an invitation for you to come into the country to find another job that you're going to do. So you need to inquire more from the person that is doing this for you to be sure of what you're getting into. Because you can get a work invitation and then end up here not having the work to do. You're going to start searching for work from the scratch. So you just need to clarify all of this before you apply for it. And the other option is a business visa. So basically how this business visa works is there are some law firms here actually who are in charge of this business visa. So all you need to do is take your passport to a notary office in your home country, and then prepare a power of attorney, right? That you're giving this particular person or this particular lawyer the power of attorney to open a business in your name. And this company is going to open, the lawyer is going to open the business in your name, you know, that you are the director or the manager of this company, and you give him the power of attorney to open this company for you. So after registering this company, the lawyer is going to take this company registration certificate to the immigration center, where they are going to prepare an invitation letter for you, like a business invitation letter. So with this business invitation letter, with your other supporting documents, you can take them to the embassy, the Belarusian embassy in your home country, to apply for your business visa. So this business visa is going to bring you into the country as the owner of your own business. So once you're here, you can start working in your company, running your business. You can employ others to work for you, or you can get another job that you'll be doing, because this business visa allows you to work legally in the country. So while the live is going on, if you have any question, you can drop in the comment section, and we're going to try our best to interact, okay? So yeah, so that's that for the business invitation. And if you want medical tourism, yeah, medical tourism is also available. You're just going to apply, like first of all, you get a prescription from a doctor back in your home country that you need this kind of medical attention. and then in this particular hospital in Belarus to be attended to by this particular doctor. So you're going to get this letter from a doctor in your home country. Is going to be sent down to the doctor here. They're going to prepare your, invitation document from the immigration. They'll send it down to you, and then you can get your medical tourism visa to come to the country. So yeah, so that's how it works here in Belarus. So after you go to the embassy, you're just going to submit all your supporting documents. They're going to ask you questions. Why are you going to the country? How many days are you going to spend there? Have you booked your flight ticket yet? Where are you going to be staying? Who is going with you? What are you going to be doing when you get there? Do you have money to take yourself to this country? How do you prove that you have this money with your bank statement? So many questions. So you just need to attend to these questions, to the best of your knowledge, without mixing things up, and you'll be good to go. And after that, they're going to ask you to pay for the visa, right? So the visa, working visa, yeah, I actually spoke about that. So the visa, you can either pay for the standard processing time, which is 60 euros, or you can pay for the express. So the standard processing time takes 5 working days to be ready, or you can pay for the express, which takes 24 hours to be ready. So it depends on your pocket, depends on the amount of money that you have to spend on your visa process. So yeah, you can pay for that, and they're going to give you a feedback regarding your visa application. Hopefully you get your visa as approved, and then they're going to stamp it on your passport and give it to you, and you can buy your flight ticket to travel, or rejected, whichever the case is. So that's how the visa application works. And once you get your visa, you pay for your round trip, because they're not going to board you if you buy a one-way ticket, because they'll feel like you don't plan to come back. So why should they board you in the first place? Or in case there's any incidents that you need to come back to your own country, how do you intend to come back if you don't have a return ticket? So basically, that's why they always ask you to buy a return ticket. And once you're there, if you're not coming back anymore, you can apply for a refund, depending on the kind of flights that you bought. Is it the refundable kind of flight ticket or the non-refundable? So if it's a refundable kind of flight ticket, you can request for a refund of the return ticket, and it will be paid into your account, right? Can you help process the working visa? Yeah, I can help, Rashid. So if you're interested, you can just send a direct message to me. I'll do my best to respond to you after the live session. Okay, so yeah, so basically, after you board and come down here, you can start your live, settle in, do the normal registration, get a SIM card, get a place where you want to be staying, and start your normal life activities. So basically, that's how it works here in Belarus. So how about Latvia? Latvia, yes. So Latvia is an EU country. Latvia is a European country that is registered under the European Union, right? So if you get a Latvian visa, you're free to travel within the whole EU countries, right? Free without any restriction. Yeah, so Latvia is another small European country, but under the European Union, right? So you can also get work visa to Latvia, and it's not very expensive. I told you from the beginning of the live session that yeah, traveling is very, very easy, but it is dependent on your pocket, the amount of money that you have. So if you have money to travel to the top Western countries like Canada, United States, Germany, of course you can go there, but it depends on your financial capabilities. So you just have to weigh all of that first before you choose the country that you want to travel to. So if you don't have the money to sponsor yourself to these, these top Western countries, then you can consider other smaller countries based on your budget, right? So you don't even need too much to get a work visa to Latvia. And with a Latvian work visa, you can work in all these EU countries like Germany, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, Luxembourg, any of these European countries under the EU, you can freely travel to there and you can work, right? So that's how it works with Latvia. So for you to get the Latvian work visa, you need your police character certificate, and also you need your work experience certificate, and yeah, police character certificate and your passport data page. And then you make this payment and you're going to be offered a job in Latvia, right? That you can get a work visa to go there. You may not necessarily work with this particular company that is offering you this job, because most of these companies, they are construction companies and all of that. So you can go there and work with these companies, or you can look for a job in any other company you want to work, or in any other countries in the EU system, right? And you can work freely without any restriction. So that's that for the work visa to go to Latvia. So if you have any question, yeah, you can drop in the comment section. Emeritus and those ventures, can you help with the process for the Latvia work visa? Yeah, of course, I can help with that. I have a connection there that can do that for you. So if you're interested, you can just drop a direct message in my DM and I'll respond to you after the live section, okay? So yeah, so that's that for Latvia, but Belarus is not under the European Union. Belarus is an EU, it's a European country, but not registered under the European Union, right? So yeah, so that's that about Latvia. And then someone asked earlier about Germany. Okay, so Germany is actually the heart of Europe. Germany is the heart of Europe right now. So Latvia and Belarus, are they close? Yeah, they're very close. They're all in Europe. Once you come to Europe, most of the times you don't even need flights to travel to the other countries. Just differences of 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours by bus, and you are in the next country. So yeah, they are all together. Or you can use train depending on your choice and your budget, actually. So you can either use bus or you can use train, or flights, depending on your budget. So once you get to Europe, all the countries are just border by border, just 2 hours, 3 hours, you're in the next country. Yeah, so it's that close to each other. Okay, so about Germany, how do you get to Germany? Well, going to Germany, there are different ways, but the ways I know right now, does Latvia have embassy here in Nigeria? I don't know precisely, but I'll check and I'll let you know in the comment section. But if they don't have it, then you can use the VFS outlets, right, to get this visa approval. So yeah, so that's how it works. So for Germany, you can either go to Germany as a student, or you can go there as a worker, right? So basically how this works is, for you to go to Germany as a student, first of all, you need to get an admission and also an offer letter. Most of these universities are going to ask you to pay a deposit first before they process your visa application document. And once you make this deposit, the school is going to prepare your visa documents and also your invitation, student invitation. They'll send it down to you. And for you to go to Germany, the hurdle is always the block account, right? So they have two options. Is either you open a German block account where you're going to deposit 12,000 euros. And this 12,000 euros, once you go into the country, they're going to be, disbursing it to you monthly, like the specific amount that you need for survival per month. They're just going to release it. The account is going to be blocked, but monthly they're going to be releasing this amount for you for your day-to-day living, right? So one of the requirements is either you open this German block account and deposit 12,000 euros in it, or you get a sponsorship letter from someone who is living in Germany. So this person is going to get a sponsorship letter that all your expenses and everything is going to be on them. So basically, they're just going to go to the office, the local foreigners office there, to apply for this, and they're going to provide their residential details, where they're living, the apartment registration and everything, and also their job, and also their earnings, right? Their salary, their income. So you're going to present this document, and they'll prepare this sponsorship letter for them, and they're going to send it down to you, and you can use it instead of the block account. So you have two options. But trust me, going to Germany, you cannot escape that at all. So that's how to get a student visa, or you get a work sponsorship visa, where you're going to get an employment offer, and also this company is going to prepare all your visa document showing that they are going to take care of your day-to-day. You're going to be working with them, and they're going to be paying you. So this is like a job sponsorship letter, right? So in this case, you don't need a block account or a sponsorship letter, because this work sponsorship is going to cover for that as a proof. So yeah, that's how it works. And recently, the German opportunity card was launched, where Germany, they're looking for workers. So you just need to search for this German opportunity card online. You can go to their website, take the test, fill in your personal details to see if you're qualified. And if you're qualified, they'll tell you congratulations. You can go ahead to the embassy, the German embassy in your home country, to apply for this German opportunity card to work in Germany. So yeah, that's how it works about Germany, Latvia, and Belarus. So how about life in Belarus? Well, Belarus, like I said, it is a Russian-speaking country. Yeah, the official language here is Russian, although the new generations, a lot of them are learning new languages like English, German, Polish, French, Chinese, so the new generations are improving their language skills, learning new languages and all of that. So, well, you can ask questions in English and they'll try to assist you. But if they don't speak English, they'll tell you they don't speak English, right? And they will politely allow you to use translator. So you can use Google Translator to ask your questions. They're going to look at your phone and then reply to you. So that's how to find your way around Belarus as a foreigner. Yeah, so is it that you ask someone that understands English, they'll speak to you, or you can ask them in Russian. If you understand Russian, you can ask them in Russian and they'll reply to you. Or you can use your Google Translator. You just type your question in English and Google Translator will translate it automatically to Russian, and they're going to read the Russian part and they'll also guide you or direct you. So basically, that's how it works here. So how about life in Belarus? Well, like I said earlier, Belarus is, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, Belarus is one of the poorest countries in Europe, right? Their minimum wage is about $200 to $250 per month. It's in rubles, I think it's 720 or 700 and something rubles. So if you convert it, it's around $200 to $250. So that's their minimum wage. But if you're working with all these menial jobs like cleaning, restaurant, factories, you can earn from around $400 to $600 per month. And how about cost of living? Cost of living is very affordable. I mentioned earlier that with as low as $100, you can buy food that will keep you throughout the month, right? And if you want to rent apartment, they have different forms of apartments here in the Minsk, or in Minsk, the capital of Belarus. You can either stay in the hostel, you can get a hostel space for as low as $70 per month here, or you can decide to stay in a shared apartment. So if you're living in a shared apartment, you can pay around $130 to $150 or $200 per month, right, for your apartment. And how about transportation? Well, transportation, they have a very effective transport system. They have the big buses, they have trolley bus, they have tram, they have metro, right? And also they call it marshrutka, the minibus, right? So they have all these transport systems that you can use easily without traffic or anything. right? And if you want to subscribe to the monthly transport card with as low as $15, right? With as low as $15, you can pay for 1 month and you can use it through all these transport systems except the minibus, which is the marshrutka. Yeah, so that's how cheap live in Belarus is. Okay, so how about internet? My telephone internet, I don't even use up to $10 per month just to subscribe for my internet to take me throughout the whole month, unlimited browsing, So life is quite affordable here in Belarus, and if you're lucky enough to find one of these international companies, they can hire you and maybe as IT personnel or as a content creator or as a customer support. You can earn from as high as $800 to $1,500 per month. Yeah, and you'll be living comfortably because the cost of living here is quite affordable. Trust me. So if you're earning well, you live comfortably here. How about security? The country is safe. Since I came here, I've not heard about any robbery or anything. Okay, talk about Belarus to Latvia. What's the requirement as a student? Okay, God day. Hello, welcome. All right, so yeah, so I'll try to answer your question shortly. So basically, life in Belarus, yeah, that's how life in Belarus, yeah, quite affordable, cheap. So if you're thinking about coming to Belarus, well, at least this is what I can say about Belarus. It's your choice and also your pocket, your finances. So if you have what it takes to go to these top Western countries like Canada, United States, United Kingdom, wow, congratulations and good luck. Your dream has come true, but if you don't have the huge amount of money to travel to these top or Western countries and you don't want to abandon your travel dream, your jackpot dream, to travel to these Western countries, then you can pick another country that is less affordable and within your capacity to fund, right? And then you can travel. Yeah. So basically, that's how it works. So the choice is yours. Uh, Talk about Belarus to Latvia. What's the requirement as a student? Okay, so if you want to go to Latvia as a student, I spoke about Latvia work visa. If you want to go to work in Latvia, Latvia is a small European country, just like Belarus, but the difference is that they are registered under the European Union. So if you have a Latvian visa, you have your Schengen visa, so you can travel within the Schengen countries, right, freely without any restriction. So if you want to get a work visa to Latvia, you just need your police character certificate, you need your work experience certificate, and also a photo of your passport data page. That's all you need, and it's quite affordable. You're going to get a 1 year visa, work visa, and this work visa allows you to work in all the Schengen areas like Germany, Portugal, France, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Italy, whichever European country under the EU, under the Schengen areas that you want to work. So this work visa allows you to work there legally. But as a student, well, it depends on the routes that you want to go in. Are you going in with the language program, or do you want to go in as an undergraduate, or do you want to go in as a master student? So it depends. But regardless, as a student, first of all, you need to send your documents down to any of the universities, and these documents includes your passport and also your your previous education certificates, right? So you have to send it down to the university, and some of the universities they have application fee, usually within €100 to €200. So you have to pay this application fee, and they're going to go through your documents. So if they find it fit for you to be their student, they're going to offer you like a student admission letter, right? So with this admission letter, they're going to send it to your email. And if you want to proceed with this program, they will usually ask you to pay the first year's tuition fee, right? For them to proceed with your visa document. So once you make this payment and it is processed, it will be sent down to you, and you can go to the Latvian embassy in your home country or where you're residing to apply for the study visa. And once you get this study visa, you can travel there to start working legally. Okay, so that's how it operates. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. So if you have any other question, you can drop it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to reply to you. But if there's no any other question at the moment, I'm just going to go through my chats and other questions that I've gotten before, and then try to answer some of these questions. And while I'm on it, if you have any question, you can drop it right here in the comment section, and I'll do my best to attend to your questions. Okay, so let's fish out some of these questions and try to address them. Queen Gifty, Troy, welcome. Bisia Adetunji, welcome. Call me Mama, welcome back. Omumi, welcome. Okay, so let me see some of these questions and see the ones we can attend to why we are on this live. Okay, this Amuhik Sama said, bro, please, how can I go to Poland from Belarus? Okay, so, well, Poland is among the European Union, right? So Belarus is not. So Poland is in the Schengen area. So if you want to go to Poland, you need to get a Polish visa, right? And there are different kinds of visas that you can get, right? But it is not allowed for you to cross through the border illegally. You need to get a proper visa for your safety and your security. So you can either apply for the Polish language program or for a job visa or a study visa, right? But recently, the visa process, I'm not going to lie to you, recently the visa process from Belarus to Poland has become very, very difficult, especially as a foreigner. So you want to give it a try, you can apply for any of these visa options, or you can try another European country that is under the European Union, maybe like Latvia or Lithuania, or Greece, whichever that you want to choose. But truthfully, moving from Belarus to Poland with a visa has become very, very difficult these days. So yeah, so I don't know if that answered your question. Let's answer this other question. Okay, Kwame is it mostly those with e-visa or visa on arrival are the high chance of sending you back? Why? Okay, all right. So Belarus recently launched a visa on arrival program where you can get your visa stamped on your passport on arrival if you don't have a Belarusian embassy in your home country. So, well, if you don't meet the requirements, or there are some issues with the document, or the name doesn't tally, or there's some misunderstanding in the document, because your visa is going to be submitted, a copy of your visa on arrival paper is going to be submitted to the immigration at the airport. So if you get there and it doesn't tally, and also note that at the airport you're going to fill in the visa application form there, for them to offer you this visa to stamp it in your passport. So if there's any misunderstanding, then there's a chance of denying you entry into the country even when you are already at the airport. Okay, so let's see if we can attend to other questions. Okay, this is Betty. Betty said, How are you doing? I need some information about work visa and also student. Can I have your number, please? Okay, so Betty, basically, the Belarusian work visa, how it works is, I explained at the beginning of this live session that first of all, you need to get a company that is willing to give you a work contract, right? So this work contract is going to be offered to you, and this work contract contains everything about the job description and all that you're going to be doing, right? So after this work contract is issued, the company is going to take this document to the immigration to prepare this to authenticate and stamp this document, which will be sent down to you to apply for your work visa to come to Belarus. So basically, these are the processes, right? So once you get this document right, you can go to the embassy in your home country to apply for the Belarusian work visa, or you can get a visa on arrival once you don't have the Belarusian embassy in your home country. So basically, that's how the work visa to Belarus work. Okay, let's check out this other question. It says, "Hi, I am Oluwasheo from TikTok. You said I should message you. I'm interested in Belarus work visa." Okay, so Oluwasheo, I just spoke about the process, okay, of how to get your work visa. Rashid said, Rashid, how many months it's taking for the process of work visa? Okay, so Rashid, basically, once you send your passport and your police character certificate and your work experience letter or certificate to these companies, usually it takes within 2 to 3 weeks, right? 2 to 3 weeks for them to put all these documents together, depending on the company that is doing this for you. If they're fast enough, they'll do it in a short time. Well, and then they'll send it down to your home country through courier, or yeah, and then you can get it. But the visa application process at the embassy, they have two visa application processes. They have the standard visa application, which takes 5 working days, right? And for this particular visa type, you pay only 60 euros. Why they also have the express visa application, which takes only 24 hours for your visa to be ready. But for this package, you need to pay 120 euros to the Belarusian embassy in your home country. Rashid, please, I need your help. Yeah, of course. You can send me a direct message and I'll do my best to respond to you after the live section, okay? All right, so if you have any other question, you can drop it in the comment section and I'll do my best to reply to you. Okay, so Boycom said, "Hello, I would like to know more about Belarus working visa and the procedure." Yeah, so I just mentioned it. For you to get the Belarus work visa, first of all, you need to get a company that is willing to hire you legally, right? So this company, you're going to send your documents to them. You're going to send your passport data page. You're going to get a police character certificate showing that you don't have any criminal record in your home country, and then your work experience certificate. So they're going to need these documents to prepare your work contract. So once the work contract has been prepared, they will take it to the immigration to prepare your work permit and also your invitation letter, which is going to be taken to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to legalize, authenticate, and stamp this document, which will be sent down to you to apply for the work visa to come down to Belarus to start working. And I mentioned that you also have to confirm with the company that is doing this work visa for you to be sure if it is an actual employment or it is just the visa, because if it is an actual employment, you need to work in this company when you get here. If it is just a visa, then once you're in the country, it means you're not going to be working with this company, but rather you're going to find another job that you will be doing, right? Okay. And Mitch said, I heard that Belarus has started denying student visa applications. Okay. All right. So I've also, Mitch, I've also encountered a recent student visa denial, right? But the truth is, Belarus hardly denies student visa except there are some miscreances, right? In this particular case, there are some errors in the document. So the student invitation letter was saying something different from the sponsorship letter that the person submitted. So it wasn't tallying. That was why it was denied. But if you package everything properly, the person that is doing, be it your agent or whoever is doing it for you, this person needs to package your visa application properly without any mistakes. The name should tally, the date should tally, everything should be in order, and you won't be denied a student visa to Belarus. Trust me. Belarusian student visa is one of the easiest visas to get actually if everything tallies, okay? Yeah, so I don't know if that answered your question. Okay, let's get this question. What's the total package of Belarus visa work, please? Okay, so the package is dependent on the person that is doing it for you, or the company that is doing it for you. Different companies charges different amount, right? So you just need to reach out and ask the particular person that is doing the work visa for you, or the company that is doing it for you. So the prices differs depending on the person that is doing this document for you. So you just need to reach out to them and ask them question, right? But if you want me to do it for you, you can also send me a direct message and I'll give you the total breakdown of how much you need to get this work visa, okay? All right. Yeah, brother, questions here. I say, hi, brother, good day. How I get working visa to Belarus? I have my kid brother. Okay, so basically, yeah, it is the same process. For you to get the Belarusian work visa, you just need someone like or the company to hire you, take your documents. So the document you're going to be needing to start the process is your passport data page, police character certificate, and your previous work certificate, right? So you just need to send down this document and the company is going to take it over from there. They're going to prepare a work contract for you, take this contract to the immigration to get a proper official work permit and also a work sponsorship letter, a work invitation, and all these documents are going to be taken to the uh, Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Minsk to authenticate these documents, stamp them, and they'll be sent back to you to your home country where you will use it to apply for your work visa. So basically, that is what is required for you to get the Belarusian work visa, okay? Yeah, so I don't know if that answered your question. So let's look out for other questions to see if we can answer some more questions. So this is Lanyo. He said, hello, bro. I'm Selon from Ghana, but working as an administrative assistant in Qatar in construction company. I chance on your page while searching for relocation to Belarus. Can you assist me? Want to know the documents required and cost involved. Okay, so I just mentioned the documents required for you to get this work visa to Belarus. So basically, to start with, first of all, you're going to be needing a company that will hire you to give you this work visa. If you want to do it by yourself, well, the first option, if you're doing everything by yourself, you just need to go to the Belarusian official work website. Belarus here, they have an official job website where all companies or vacancies are published, and then all applicants, job seekers, publish their CVs on this website. It's called rabota.by. So on this particular website, you can apply to different jobs of your choice. And if you get hired and you get a company that is willing to do this work for you, then you can get this document, this work document, to do the whole process by yourself. But if you don't have anyone, then you can reach out to agents, or you can send a direct message to me. Okay, so I just need to complete this verification to continue the live section. So just that are same shape. Okay, confirm. Okay, to share. Okay, so verification completed. Yeah, so you just, if you don't have any company that can do this for you, then you can reach out to agents or anyone you know in Belarus that can help you secure these jobs that will give you the work sponsorship later. So what you have to do, all the document you need is your passport data page, your police character certificate showing that you don't have any criminal record from your home country, and also you're going to be needing like a work or experience certificate, right? So these three documents are going to be needed to kickstart the process. So the company is going to take this document, translate them to the Russian language, offer you a work contract, and then take this to the Belarusian embassy. Sorry, they'll take it to the immigration, where they're going to get an official work permit for you and also your work invitation letter. And they'll take all these documents to the Foreign Affairs to authenticate and stamp this document, send them down to you, and you can take them to the Belarusian embassy in your home country to apply for your Belarusian visa to travel to the country, right? So basically, yeah, that's how they work. Visa to Belarus work. Okay, I guess I've attended to most of the question, and if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section and I'll try to attend to it. But yeah, we've spoken a lot about traveling to Belarus and to Latvia, to Germany. We've spoken about the different processes that you can use to travel to some of these countries. And in summary, what I'm going to say is that if you want to travel, if you have a dream of traveling from your home country, you have to stay steadfast to this dream, and also you have to evaluate yourself, right? Everyone wants to travel to top Western countries where there are more opportunities, where you can easily integrate to improve your life. Yeah, it is a good one. It's a good plan. But does your financial status say the same thing? Do you have the money required for you to travel to these top Western countries? If yes, congratulations and good luck. You can go to these top Western countries like Canada, United States, Germany, Netherlands. You can travel to all these countries and where you can easily integrate to start a good life for yourself, right? But if you check yourself and you see that the money that you have is not enough to sponsor you to these countries, and you don't want to abandon your dreams of traveling abroad, then you can consider other options, right? Other countries like Belarus, Latvia, Lithuania, other countries that do not require big amounts of money for you to travel. And you can start from there. It's a step by step. Who knows? You find your feet there, you can decide to remain there, start a life. Or if you want to travel to a different country, no one is stopping you from traveling, After you have improved yourself, saved up a bit, you can decide to move forward with your dreams and travel plans. No one is stopping you. So basically, in conclusion, if you want to travel, you have to stay dedicated to it. Check the kind of countries you want to travel to, check your pocket, the amount of money that you have. Is it enough to sponsor me to this country? If it is not, and you don't want to abandon your journey or your dreams of traveling abroad, then look out for other smaller countries where your money can take you to, and then you can start small while you grow. Okay, so Fasitya asks, do you live in Minsk? Yeah, I live in Minsk, Belarus. All right, so guys, that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for joining my live section. I hope you learned something from today's live, and it was impactful. Wow. If you have any question that I've not addressed yet or I've not replied to in the comment section, you can do well to send me a direct message and I'll do my best to reply to you after the live section, okay? Thank you all for joining my live section. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for everything. And I hope and pray that you eventually travel to your dream country to start your life and also fulfill your dream of traveling abroad. And I wish you all the best. Bye.